Hi there and a very warm welcome to Frugalful. My name is Lara, this is a frugal living and budgeting channel. Welcome, and I hope that your September budget went well, and that's what today's video is all about. So, excuse me while I drink this juice. So now we have just started October, and this Friday the 3rd video, I'm counting this week, because there were some September days as well, as the 5th week of September for my budget. So I've treated it as a 5-week month. If you've seen previous videos, you'll know that I have a budget at the moment on low spend year 2 of £25 a week. So that means that September's budget, including this bit of October, is £125. So I want to have a chat to you today about how my budgeting in September went. So unfortunately, I did go a bit over budget in September, but I'm going to have a chat to you about why that is and why I don't have any regrets that that's the case. Before I get started with the breakdown of my spending in September, just to say that this does not count Bella's tins of cat food, Bella's other things, like any Bella things. It doesn't count her litter, her tins of food, her dry food, or her snacks. And it also doesn't count my separate treats fund for socialising with friends and having food with them, or having takeaways, that kind of thing. I do allow myself a little each month for that, because I think it's important to have a bit of balance, and I want to be able to still do that in a sensible, measured way without worrying about it impacting the week-to-week spending limit, because that's where I've really tightened my belt. The other category of the treats and social, I just evaluate that month to month and budget accordingly. So some months I have more treats than other months. I just, at the moment, have that as a flexible sinking fund. Rather than a set fixed amount each month, but with the 25 a week, it's only a very small amount given how much things cost these days, but I like to stick to it as much as possible. It gives me a target and a goal to work towards each month, and that helps me stay motivated and keep on track. But without having the kind of treats allowance, the risk of frugal fatigue, I think, would just be way too high. Because I'm doing this long term, I'm in it for the long haul, and it's nearly the end of 2 years. So I couldn't sustain that if it wasn't possible to sometimes have a bit of a treat. We're going to be realistic with budgeting in life and frugality. Please let us know in the comments below, have you ever experienced frugal fatigue? How do you counter it? I'd love to hear all about that, because it is something, when we're embracing a frugal lifestyle, that we can all experience from time to time. I certainly have. And near the beginning of this low spend journey, when that happened, it derailed my budget. And I shared that in a past video way back in February 2024, and how that affected me and what I did about it. So please check that out if you'd like to hear more. Without further ado, let's get started. So now in 2024, I went into far more detail each month about my low spending, and I did a blow by blow weekly thing, like when I did these videos. And I also did weekly video check-ins as well. Sometimes I went into far more detail about what I spent per week and what I spent across my sinking funds at that time. This is more general at this point, because I've managed to learn these habits and learn these ways of thinking about budgeting. And at the moment, I give more of a general overview each month. I may go more specific in the future again, but I feel it's more helpful to be able to share about food budgeting and that sort of thing, because that's more relevant for everybody. So that means I'm then free to explore other themes and ideas in videos with you as well on the channel. So I'm not doing my overviews like what I spent week 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 anymore. What I've been doing at the moment is I describe my kind of style of food shopping of the month, and then because at the moment I'm doing top-up shops, I've broken it down into what I spent in total in each shop or supermarket in September. So just to say first, before I give the totals, in Lidl, so I went to Lidl 1, 2, 3 times for top-up shops. Asda 1, 2, 3, 4 times. And Morrison's once, and M&S Food, because that's where I went for some biscuits. I do like their biscuits. See biscuit video for more information. Guilty pleasure. I went to M&S Food 3 times. Is that it? Yeah. And I went to Greggs once and B&M once as well. So no online shopping in September. I've been focusing more on doing the little top-up shops. And even though I was doing a lot of yellow sticker shopping, I don't think that I did it in the best way, because it was more like buying treats as an impulse purchase rather than intentionally for batch cooking. So that is where I will need to step up my game in October. See the last video I did just on Wednesday there for more details about how I'm planning to step up food shopping in October. So in Greggs I spent £2.60 throughout the month of September. B&M £3.07. M&S Food, I spent, let me just double check, because the way I've written it down isn't that clear to me. Hold on. Yeah, that's right. M&S Food, I spent £43.72 throughout September. I did have a gift card, so I was able to use that towards the balance, but I'm still counting all of that in my total for the month that I've spent. And then we've got Morrison's. I spent £5.58. And then finally Asda, I spent £50.97. So all of that stuff came to a total of £141.13. So I'm over budget by £16.13. And yeah, it's a bit disappointing that I went over budget, but I don't really have any regrets. And I'll tell you why. First of all, it made me reflect, and it's made me determined to up my game in October. So I'm going to be very intentional about my yellow sticker purchases. They will support my October food plans. So I did talk about this on Wednesday, but I'm going to be using up leftovers in October. So when I buy things, it will be with the intention of using them towards batch cooking and getting as much for my money in terms of meals and using up leftovers. But see Wednesday's video for much more detail on that. And then the other reason I don't regret the fact I went over budget is the only reason that I did go over budget is because very near the end of the month, I decided to go to Lidl and buy, hold on, wait, was it Lidl? Asda and Lidl, yeah. And I decided to buy lots of salad veggies, salad greens, and I decided to buy a load of healthy ingredients. Oh yeah, that's right, because I think it was Asda first and then Lidl. I did a video about that recently as well, about healthy salads and being nourished with my food. And if it hadn't been for that shopping at the end of the month, I would have stayed on track and I would have been within my budget. So I think, to be honest, you can't put a price on health, and it was worth every penny to make sure I was getting more vitamins, because my body was really crying out for that, and I feel that it's already doing me good, that extra nutrition. I think that I wasn't as organised with my food prep planning, etc. in September, and I kind of feel like that showed in how groggy I felt. But as soon as I started getting the salads back in and the nutrition, it really started to make a difference, and it's just really given me such a valuable reminder and a boost, which is going to stand me in good stead for October and help me get back on track. So no regrets, it's all a learning curve and an experience. So thank you so much for joining me today for this update. I'd love to hear below how your September food shopping budget went and what your plans are to help in October to keep it on track for your goals. I'll see you again very soon. Have a fantastic weekend. Best wishes. Bye.